Good morning, everybody. Big Dog Northeast Colorado Storm Chasers coming to you live from the basement. Not sure why my my screen isn't taking me, but you can hear me. So anyway, no picture of me. Not sure why. I usually have the live scene going, so it must have just kicked me out today. That's so rude. Yeah, so rude. It says it's supposed to be on my webcam, but it's actually supposed to use my computer screen. That's okay. So we'll dive into it anyway, though. So let's go to Windows Capture so you guys can see what's going on. So let's start off with today's weather forecast. Welcome aboard to Big Dog Northeast Colorado Storm Chasers as we are live today. So let's share our forecast with you. Let's get our screen pulled up here. Hopefully you'll be able to see that. Windows Capture should be open. Let me just make sure it's on. Capture. Not sure. Settings for capture. There we go. Oops, hold on. Just changing it. I don't know what happened. My Streamlabs should have shown you everything. There we go. Okay. Now we're better. I don't know what happened. That was so weird. I've never had that before. Okay, but anyway, here we go. Let's open up full screen. All right, so Big Dog Northeast Colorado Storm Chasers live with you. You can't see my picture, but that's okay. So let's get started. Let's look at today's convection outlook for northeastern Colorado. And again, you can't see my picture. I don't know why it's not coming up either. It's just one of those glitches that decided to happen today. So let's go to our forecast. From the Storm Prediction Center, you see there's a slight risk of severe weather in actually Wyoming today. You can see parts of Wyoming going to be in that risk. And then there is an enhanced risk of severe weather in the panhandle of Nebraska. So that is a concern for me somewhat. You can also see that there is a slight chance for northeastern Colorado as well. So we're going to see what's going on. I think right now what we're possibly thinking at this point, I thought about going out here, but it's going to be a long drive if I did that. But there is a tornado threat, as you can see, in the central Nebraska area today. 2% chance of tornadoes, so we'll see what happens. The wind threat, there's a 30%. There's even a hatched wind threat there in Nebraska and a hail threat that kind of falls in. Not as bad for northeastern Colorado. There is wind and hail threat, of course, for northeastern Colorado. So because of that, that's why we're in the marginal risk. I said slight, marginal risk of severe weather. So we'll see what happens. Let's look at day 2 tomorrow, which is tomorrow, of course, a little bit better chance for northeastern Colorado. Pretty much all of eastern Colorado, anywhere along the I-25 corridor east of tomorrow is a very good chance of severe weather for us for tomorrow. The tornado threat isn't showing, but I do think that there is a possibility. Look at the hail threat tomorrow. Mostly going to be focusing on northeastern Colorado. Day 3, let's go out there a little bit. You can see things kind of trim off. This is kind of odd. You don't really see this that often. It's all a thunderstorm threat, meaning there is not even showing a marginal threat of severe for day 3, which is pretty rare. You don't see that that often out here. Usually during the season, there's significant weather all over the place. Look at day 4. Let's go day 5, day 6, 7, and day 8. Predictability is a little bit too low still for that. Let's talk from Denver weather from Boulder. National Weather Service. This, of course, let's go to the main map and take a look at that because there's going to be some air quality alerts, obviously, in the Gunnison area. As we know, the big fire is going on out by Gunnison. So, unfortunately, they have an air quality alert out there. Big fires out there, especially that in Arizona. So, prayers to those folks out there as they're dealing with fire danger, very severe out in those areas. So, let's hope that, that's just unfortunate how it goes. Let me move this over just a little bit here. Usually it's over here, so I'm going to slide that over so you can see a little bit better. But, unfortunately, that's kind of how things are going for them folks. Let's take a look at weather today. Let's go to, we haven't gone to Ray in a while. Let's go to Ray, Colorado. There's Ray. Okay, we're going to go close to Ray. I was close, southwest of Ray, Colorado. We have followers out there. Current temperature is 86 degrees. South winds at 10, gusting up to 17. You got a dew point of 54. That's well enough to maintain for thunderstorms today to fire off. So just need that little trigger to get them involved. You can see you're at a 20% chance of thunderstorms tonight, high of 98, low of 61 overnight. But look at tomorrow for you guys in Ray. You're going to drop 20 degrees. Cold front comes through tonight. You are going to love it. All of us are going to love it. There's probably going to be a little bit of a breeze as the cold front comes through. It might trigger off a few storms here or there, so just keep that in mind. Matter of fact, you might wake up to cloudy conditions tomorrow. You could wake up to rain falling, light rain falling, and just cloudy, foggy maybe even. I mean, everything could just be yuck. It'll seem yuck, but I'm telling you, you want that because it's nice and cool tomorrow. 78, Thursday 77, because look what happens Friday and Saturday, back up to the 90s. It bounces right up there again. So could be rough for those days there with the heat as it bounces back, and all that rain we might get could make it a little bit muggy on us. So we'll see what happens. So that's for you folks in Ray, Colorado today. Thought I'd show that one to our friends in Ray. Let's go back and let's do one more town. Let's go to Sterling today. A lot of folks might be in Sterling and traveling today. Sterling, Colorado, high temperature currently is 81. You're going to get a high of 95, 20% chance of showers and thunderstorms. And you've got a dew point of 55. A dew point of 55. So unfortunately with that, you probably are going to see a good chance of showers and thunderstorms. Let's take a look at the weather radar right here. Let's make it move. This is Case Cheyenne. This is Cheyenne's weather radar. Not sure why it clicked that, but it did. And that's okay. We'll go to super resolution here. And let's keep it on Cheyenne. You can see up by Wheatland and places like that, there's some showers and going off right now. Nothing here in the Fort Morgan area. To be honest with you, I don't see it happening for a little bit longer. I'd say probably throughout the day. Let's take a look at Pivotal Weather and go to them and get a forecast for everybody here. So let me just log into Pivotal real quick. Takes just a moment. I had something wrong with my Wi-Fi last night. It was so strange. I couldn't get in for anything to save myself last night. And it was kind of crazy to get into Pivotal even last night. And look, it's still going to cause problems for me today. So let's see. I'm not sure what's going on with Pivotal. It says log in. I log in. And it just sits and spins on me here. Okay, that's okay. I've got another place I can go. I tell you, I always have backups. Okay, here we go. Let's look at the HRRR for today. We're going to look at the floater out of Denver here, which is pretty good. You can see it's not loaded yet fully. They haven't got the full run of it yet. So let's go to the 1400 Zulu of the HRRR and see what it has to show for us. And as you can see, as I move it through, let's do, oops, that's in winter mode. We probably don't need winter mode. Let's change it to precipitation. I don't want precipitation. Oh, simulated reflectivity. There we go. It's already on. So we're going to make that radar. Let's do a simulated radar. This is what it's simulating. It thinks it's going to happen. You can see some storms firing off up here by the Cheyenne region, 6 hours away from now. Okay, and you can see them starting to fire across as they move themselves 8 hours, 9 hours out. They move right down through the Cheyenne corridor, right off that Cheyenne ridge. You're looking at about, let's subtract 6, about 5 o'clock tonight, 5 p.m. tonight. You see it moving through 6, 7, and that's what that believes. Now, again, this is the HRRR. It's a whole different. It might be different from the RAP, which as you can see here, and the RAP is still incomplete. It hasn't done its updated one, but so we'll drop 3 hours off here just to see what it's estimating here. So let's move it through. You can see it's thinking, there's some storms that might fire there and then kind of work its way over. And it doesn't show a ton of information as well. Let's go to the NAM, whatever you want to call it, Tomata. There's the Cheyenne stuff I was talking about, some stuff firing off south of us. Again, it's all simulated, and then this is kind of some residual stuff. Let's look what time that is. That is at, let me look, 12 Zulu, that's the 17th. So it'll be tomorrow morning around 6 o'clock. That's tomorrow morning around 6 o'clock, it looks like on that one. Let's go to the Euro, see what the Euro says. The Euro should be here. Yeah, the Euro's just showing precipitation-wise. I'm just looking at how much. Not going to be a lot of rain for us out here, maybe a couple tenths of inches of rain. So I don't think we're going to have anything too terribly crazy for us for tonight's weather. So let's look at the hazardous weather outlook from the storm predictions, or excuse me, from the National Weather Service. Let me zoom up on it. Scattered showers and thunderstorms are expected this afternoon before spreading across the I-25 corridor. Gusty outflow winds and winds up to 40 miles an hour possible. Mid-late showers and thunderstorms, possibly an isolated strong to severe thunderstorm. Main threat will be gusty 50-mile winds and small hail. So that's what's expected from the Weather Service, and that was at 9:17 this morning, which would have been less than an hour ago when they updated that. And you can see here in Brush at Fort Morgan Airport, it's 77 degrees currently. It's actually a little cooler here. We've got a humidity of 44%, a dew point of 54, so it does make it a little different for us as well. You can see here in the Morgan County area tonight, 20% chance. Tomorrow, 50% chance of showers and thunderstorms. Tomorrow night, looks like an 80% chance of showers and thunderstorms. So it could be a rough weather night for us tomorrow night here. We'll see. I think, to be honest with you, we need the moisture. I don't think it's going to be huge, anything to write home about, folks, but I do think it's going to be something. I wanted to show you this because I like this weather, or excuse me, let me get my brain on here. The satellite image, you can see the smoke from the fires here. This is all smoke, folks. These are not clouds. This is smoke from the fires here in Grand Junction. You can see them all burning. You can see it right there burning off that ridge, and you can see the smoke plume there. You probably could see, if I zoomed over to the Arizona side, you probably see theirs as well, because they had some big fires that were burning over here at the Yellowstone area. But unfortunately, we're going to probably see some residual smoke. Most of it's gone through the state already, but I do think we might still get a little bit of smoke throughout the day today as just those fires continue to burn. Hopefully, and I truly mean hopefully, they'll get some heavy rain out in those areas to help them out. Boy, you just hate seeing all those fires going on in western Colorado. So let's look at the 6 to 10 day outlook real quick from the Climate Prediction Center. I love using all of these little links. You can see here there's a below chance of precipitation for 8 to 14 days out. So it's not looking the greatest for them. As you see, temperatures are going to rise in the next 8 to 14 days. We look at the 6 to 10 day outlook. Same thing, below or low precipitation chances for them. So unfortunately, it's not looking the best for them, folks, especially in the southwestern part of the state. And that is the driest part of the country, so we do have to deal with that. So with that being said, let's go back to live scene. And of course, you won't see me, but you will at least see our sponsors coming across the page. We'll just leave the Windows capture up. That way you guys can all see it. So good morning, Janelle. Hopefully you're having a good day. Good morning, Crystal. I hope you're enjoying your happy Tuesday here. Any questions? I'll take some questions right now in case anybody has any. I didn't look on the multi-stream. I'm actually looking at the Facebook questions. Let's see if there are any questions on the YouTube side either. No, I don't see any there, so that's good. Okay, sometimes I get questions that pop up on the YouTube side as well, so I want to answer those to help those. Let's thank our sponsors real quick. Krista Wilkie at Sterling, branch manager for AW Laser Art, 308-235-5322. And we have Colby Morrow, Cooper Construction, 970-980-4803, Colby Morrow. We have Brandon Geis, Renpro, 970-768-4206. You have a good day too, 970-768-4206. We also have Pro Roofing America, Nick Jimenez, 970-467-1716, Pro Roofing America. And we have Peaceful Coexistence Ltd.com, Michelle. She's growing so fast. I'm so excited for Janelle's, or for Michelle's. I saw Janelle's question pop up. Michelle's. We have Powerhouse Roofing, 970-324-7651, 970-324-7651. Curb Appeal, 970-380-1066. Janelle, probably going out today. Actually, Abe said your area is where he's thinking, where his forecast is going. He actually put down Grover for his spot. We actually message each other, the team does, every day, and kind of picks a spot where we think are going to be. Ken always goes with his go-to, which is Potter, which drives me nuts. So gotta love him for Potter. He loves Potter, Nebraska. I don't know. Something with Potter gets Ken every time. He says that's where the curveball always happens. A lot of things, storms will curve themselves off right there. So I think that's what Ken always feels. That's like the area that curves it all up for everyone. So we'll see. Um, Thank you. I hope you have a great day too, Sarah. Yeah, so we'll see. I do think if I were to pick today, I would definitely want to start north. I would probably think more the Sydney area, maybe even west of Sydney. Um, I never remember the name of that town that's north of here. I don't know why I cannot remember the name of the town that's north of here. Ken, what's the name of that town that's by Potter that we always go to? Not Potter, but we go west one more town. I don't know why I cannot think of it. Ken's on, so he'll answer it for me and he'll tell me what's the name of the town. I don't know why I can never remember that town. It's literally at the border here. It's not Sydney. Gosh darn it, it's just out of my mind. It drives me nuts, but I can't think of it. So anyway, he'll put it on the screen and then I'll be like, oh yeah, that's it. So yeah, so that's that far southwest portion of the panhandle of Nebraska. So that's kind of where I'm thinking for the start, and I do think that puts you by Kimball. Why can't I think Kimball? I always do that, Ken, every single time. Yeah, so Janelle, that's kind of my area. My target area would be Kimball, and like I said, Ken's or Abe's was your area, and I'm just trying to think. Ken, I don't know where are you thinking today? Do you have a spot? He's gonna say Potter just to drive me nuts. I know he is. He's on right now, so he's probably gonna put Potter as a start. Thanks, Janelle. Yeah, I don't know why I cannot think of Kimball. That town can never stay in my mind. Oh, Ken says Dix, Nebraska. Dix, Nebraska is where he thinks. So that's kind of the area where we're thinking the startup's going to be and go from there. So, yeah, that's kind of the talk of the group to decide where we're going to go. I have tennis practice tonight at 8 too, so I don't really want to be late for that. So we don't want to make it too late of a night. So if we do go, it's probably going to be north out in your area, Janelle. So we'll probably be up there. Hey, Janelle, quick question. There's that little grocery store in town there. Do they make good burgers? I always see them in there cooking burgers and stuff for people. Is that like the go-to spot there at that little supermarket in town? That I've always thought about trying to just order lunch there, but I don't know what it is like or anything. So that's just me thinking that. I don't know. You let me know if that's a good place to eat. I've always thought about eating there, and when I drive up through that area, we're always looking at places to eat. You know, like we'll eat at. And for those of you that don't know, there's some hidden gem restaurants out north of here. Oh, do they? Okay. Gosh, I see them cooking burgers all the time up there. I walk in and it smells amazing at that supermarket in town there in Grover. So there's some hidden gems, folks. If you don't travel in northern Colorado up there, especially in that Weld area, northern Weld County, there are some great restaurants. You have Pawnee Station, which is out there. They serve good food. Stoneham has an amazing steakhouse that you can go to, and there's just some places out there you're like, what? And matter of fact, there's even, if you go up on Road 390 there, out by Keota, there's a little ice cream place that you can have ice cream. I'm telling you, there's like little gems out there, so it's pretty amazing. What's up, Austin? So, yeah. Oh, they closed that part down at 2. Oh, okay. Got you. I didn't know they closed that at 2. Well, that's good to know. So if I'm up there early enough, I can grab lunch. But that little ice cream place, even on 390 there, that's pretty amazing to stop by. And I've never had any of their ice cream. That looks there too. That looks like a good place to go eat in Keota. So, like I said, you got to know those little towns up there. And I'll tell you what, I've been getting very familiar with your area lately, Janelle, driving up there on 390 and all those highways, Highway 71, Highway 14. Ken says we should rename Highway 14 to Big Dog Highway. That would be a nice name to do that if we could push that through the governor. I don't know if he'll like that idea, but we could sure give it a shot, because even Freddie will drive that highway a lot when he goes through and goes home to Michigan. So we could name that. So, yes, that Stoneham Steakhouse is absolutely amazing. It's probably one of the best ones to eat at. So, all right. So no other questions there. I appreciate everybody on and chatting with me. Don't forget this morning, though, our sponsors. Thanks a lot to them. Peaceful Coexistence Ltd.com, REMPRO 970-768-4206, Pro Roofing America 970-467-1716, Curb Appeal 970-380-1066, Kobe Morrow Cooper Construction 970-980-4803. Powerhouse Roofing, 970-324-7651. 970-324-7651. And Crystal Wilkie from AW Laser Art, 308-235-5322. That's where you can order our merch from. So just curious, it seems like Eastern Colorado, Northeast Colorado is getting hit almost every day. Does this July seem out of the norm as far as storms go? Scott, I would say no. It just depends. There are some years where we have some really, really good wet years like this. So I would think that right now we're still in the norms. It's just kind of catching us up and getting us out of the drought we've been in, because we were in a drought in that area for a while at the beginning of this season. And thanks to July, it's kind of caught us back up into it. I do think we're going to dry out for the next few days, which helps for wheat harvest. So I think right now it's just timing of things. But yeah, I would say a little bit, we've tapped into a little bit more of the moisture from the Pacific this season than normal, I would say. And that's why, unfortunately, Arizona is dry. And if you look at Texas, that's why Texas is so wet. Everything, you got two domes of high pressure down there that are spinning, and they're blocking all the moisture from going into Arizona. And that high pressure is, and the other high pressure is pinching that moisture in between Central Texas. So Central Texas is getting hammered by heavy rain, and we're still getting some of that moisture as it comes up as well. So it's kind of been sitting there for a while thanks to a trough. It's kind of dug itself in between there, and that's why all that flooding has been going on in Texas. So it's kind of it's in a way it's a blessing for us, but and it's overkill obviously for the folks in Texas. So we're hoping that dome of high pressure will eventually move and make things go. That there is a tropical storm that could form this weekend over Florida and work its way across. Maybe, just maybe, it might nudge some of that high pressure out. I don't know. We'll see. We're pretty lucky right now, though, what we're getting. So I think that's kind of a rare feature. Have a great day, Janelle. So I hope that answered your question, and I hope I didn't beat around the bush with that. I think that's the best way that I could describe it to you at this point, Scott, with everything that's going on. So with that being said, great questions. Man, you guys had some great questions out there. So you can see, and that is the fire threat, too. I didn't show you all that, but there is the fire threat. And there's critical fire here in this portion of Arizona, Nevada, and places like that. And then you can see here, this is western Colorado that's getting all the dry stuff too. So most of you, actually the whole state of Utah, is really in worse shape than we are. And that, unfortunately, has really kicked in for them. So, all right, so that's it. Any other questions? If not, I think that's it. We'll call it a day for the morning briefing. I appreciate everybody watching. You guys are fantastic fans. I appreciate everything. Again, you can donate to us on Venmo, PayPal, places like that. Follow us on our YouTube channel as well. Share up the stream with people. I think we're, to be honest, let me look. I think we're only like 12 people away, guys. 12 from 19,000. So please help us out here. That would be awesome if you could do that, because I think we're like 12 people away from hitting 12,000. Wouldn't that be so awesome if we could hit 12,000 or 12,000? Let me start over. 19,000. Ken, where's my brain this morning? Maybe you ought to drive today. Oh my gosh, my brain said 12,000 all day today. There we go. Let's look. Followers. You can see it shows I'm still alive here. You ready? Oh, usually it tells me how many followers I have, and it's not showing me. It says 18,000 followers. Usually it puts the number there for me, and it's not putting it down. Ken, can you see it? I'm looking myself here, everybody. I'll bet you it's going to. It's raining in Orlando, Florida. You might want to report as I'm live. Oh, okay. Yeah, so I just had somebody remind me about Florida real quick. Let me take the time there. I've got a buddy who's in Florida, one of my friends from the school here, and I did know that there was some flooding going on in Florida right now, so I guess I can I'm more than happy to take the time and share that with you. Guys, we're 7 followers away from 19,000. 7. Come on, get us 7 more people. That would be awesome. Let's go to NWS Florida here and look. Yeah, there's a lot going on, especially in the Florida area. So as you can see, showers and thunderstorms are there. There's flood watches, short-term flood watches and warnings. Let's go north up in this area here. And you can see the Orlando area, Kissimmee, Melbourne, all those places are going through flash flood watches today. There's a flash flood warning actually going on. You can see all the weather that's happening on out there. Yeah, gosh darn it. There's just tons of rain. 4 to 6.5 inches of rain is falling out in some of these areas. And this includes, you can see some of these places. I don't even know how to say any of them, so I'm not going to. But yeah, so that's going on in Florida currently. So if you have friends or family that are visiting in Florida, you might want to let them know. And that's because that tropical depression, which I think might form today, you can see, look how it rotates. So you can see that radar there. And you can see that's probably because there's a tropical depression trying to form. And it's just slowly creeping along here. And it's just dumping lots of rain there by Orlando and Tampa area. So that's pretty unfortunate that that's going on. And you can see here, this is the tropical weather outlook here. And this is it. Chance of formation, 40% chance that this thing could turn into a tropical depression. So we'll see what happens on that. But that's the only cyclone that's there in the Gulf that could be doing that. So we'll see. But yeah, so if you're friends or family in Florida, hopefully that helps. Mr. Bach, I hope that helps you a ton. So 7 away is what Kenny said too. So there we go. So that's it. I'll end it with that. So thanks, Wayne, for letting me know and reminding me to let people know. So if you're in Florida, especially northern part of Florida, be cautious. The southern tip of Miami-Dade County, I think you're fine. But if you're in that northern part of Florida, you're definitely going to be receiving some rough and severe weather in the next few days. So that's it. So thanks for watching. I hope you guys have a great day. We'll try to be out and about. And again, I've lost a few that had to go because they had to get going. But northern part of Weld County, I think, is where we're going to go. Kenny, I'll let you know. If you're available, let me know, and we'll try to set up a time where we can meet and get riding out there to that area this afternoon. So that's it for Big Dog Northeast Colorado Storm Chasers. Have a great day. Be careful out there. Stay safe. Bye now.